If your goal is to get rich in your 20s, do not start a business. Or maybe do. Maybe you should, in fact, start a business. In this video, I'm going to share with you the best way and the fastest way to become rich in your 20s. Now you may say, okay, that's cool, but why should I listen to you? My name is Fred, and I went from struggling financially over 5 years ago to building a profitable consulting business that makes me upwards of $1,000 per day, and most of it is profit. So know that everything I'm going to share with you, I apply it myself, and it comes directly from my own experience. So I'll be completely honest with you, you don't have to become a business owner in order to become pretty wealthy. In fact, I know people myself who had regular normal careers, but because they were high-paying positions in top companies, they were making $10,000, $20,000 per month. And when you make that kind of money, you can afford a very nice quality of life. So not everybody is meant to be a business owner. And if you get a job like a remote closer, you could have the freedom of doing anything you want without having the stress of running a business yourself. And even certain traditional careers, like careers in sales, careers in consulting, in banking, even certain doctors, they can make a lot of money, multiple 6 figures per year. The issue is that when you're an employee, you are always at some point going to hit a ceiling when it comes to the income that you can generate because you're stuck selling your time. So it's very rare for an employee to be earning $300,000 a month regardless of their career. But if anything, $300,000 per month for a business, it's not a huge number. I mean, to give you an example, for a lot of people, $10,000 per month would be a lot of money. And I mean, obviously, if you could right now spend $10,000 per month to buy anything that you want, you would live a pretty incredible lifestyle. But for a business, you have to realize $10,000 per month, it's nothing. You're not even visible on the map. You are considered an extremely small business by all tax organizations in the world. And you have to understand that the rules of the game were not meant for employees. They were created for business owners and entrepreneurs. To give you an actual example, business owners can deduct certain expenses from their taxes, but employees cannot do that. They get paid a certain amount, a salary, and they cannot deduct expenses from their salary. So they pay tax automatically. They don't get a vote. So as an employee, your options to optimize your taxes, they're very limited compared to when you run a business, because businesses and individuals follow completely different rules. And there's also the factor of time. Like, honestly, tell me, what kind of job would allow you to make tens of thousands of dollars per month in your early 20s? Most jobs would never allow you to do that. So while you could make 6 figures a year being a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, well, most of these jobs, they would require for you to study in great universities, which costs a lot of money, and on top of that, to get to the point where you actually have a job that makes you tens of thousands of dollars per month, it's gonna take you decades. So forget about making tens of thousands of dollars per month before the age of 25 at the bare minimum. And with most careers, you'd be lucky to actually get to 6 figures per year, even if you're 30 or 40, because the competition is fierce. Which is why the best way to become rich in your 20s and as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, is to start your own business. In fact, I was talking about this with my father on Christmas Day. I told him, I mean, it's insane that some 20-something-year-olds like me can make so much money online with just a Wi-Fi connection, a laptop, and like the knowledge on how to do it. But I have no degrees, I didn't go to university, so it's kind of crazy because 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that would have been impossible. I would have never been able to have any kind of profitable business 30 years ago because the internet and social media didn't even exist. And so coming from the lower middle class, it would have been extremely difficult for me to rise to a higher level in society. It would have taken me decades of slowly climbing the corporate ladder. And when I was a kid, I realized, yeah, sure, I could become a banker, a lawyer, a doctor, and make a lot of money. But making a lot of money was not my only goal. I wanted freedom more than anything else. And to me, freedom wasn't being a top executive in a big company and working 80 hours per week, even though you get paid $100,000 per year. To me, freedom was being able to travel whenever I wanted, to work from anywhere in the world remotely with just a laptop and a steady internet connection. And I discovered that this was actually possible when I was about to turn 12, because I stumbled upon a video online, on YouTube in fact, by an entrepreneur who explained how he made over $70,000 in the last month with his own consulting business. And so that moment completely changed my life. It made me realize you could make a lot of money, you could have geographical freedom and time freedom. And that to me was complete freedom. Because if you only have the money, but you have no time, and you can't travel, or you're stuck somewhere you don't like, you're not free. You're just better paid than most people. That's the difference. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. After all, I promised to give you raw, honest advice on this channel to help you to start a profitable business so you too can become financially free. Well, the thing that you have to realize is that starting a business is not for the faint of heart. It's difficult, it's painful, it requires sacrifice, you need to take risks. It's not for people who just want things easily and quickly without having to do any work, because that is being delusional. And I'll be honest, there are certain benefits to being an employee, like receiving a paycheck at the end of the month. It gives you peace of mind in a way, even though having a job is not safer, because you could get fired, the boss could sink the company and you with it, and on top of that, you're income potential is capped because you're stuck selling your time. And even when you do get a raise, it's not like one month to the next you're going to 10x your income. But with a business, it's completely possible because businesses allow for exponential results. But the other benefit of being an employee is that you just have to listen to what the boss says and follow a schedule which is given to you. And compared to being a business owner, you don't need to worry about all aspects of running a business. You don't have to worry about marketing, client acquisition, sales, customer satisfaction, etc. But the business owner needs to make sure all of these aspects work, because otherwise you don't have a business or you have a failing one. And so when you start a business, the huge advantage is that there's no limit to how much money you can make. The sky isn't even the limit. You could be making $1 million per month with your business. Can you do that with a job? Not really. But starting a business is difficult, especially if you try to figure everything out on your own. I tried this for a while, a few years ago, but I stayed stuck for years because I wasn't willing to go to mentors and to get the help I needed to make my business successful. Because at the time, I was afraid to invest in myself. I was afraid to do literally anything. And so I was holding on to my money. But the thing is, I didn't realize because I barely had anything, I was in a position of power. Because when you've got nothing, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And when you do start a business, there's plenty of times you're gonna feel like giving up. It's gonna be difficult. You're gonna run into many issues that you didn't expect beforehand. And plenty of people quit. Plenty of people give up on the way to their dreams, even though they say they're really committed, even though they say that thing really matters to them. But your words are worthless. Your actions speak for you. And the sad truth is, at first, you will probably be the only one who believes in your business project. Because chances are, if around you, you've got no entrepreneurs, no business owners, no very successful people, most people will not understand why you try to build a business, why you want success so bad. They'll tell you, oh no, just get a job, just follow the normal route, it's safer, even though it's not. But that's because it's all that they know. And some people, you have to be careful because they will give you advice, or at least pretend to be giving you advice. But the truth is, they don't want to see you doing better than them. And that can be especially true with friends or family members, because success creates jealousy all of the time. It's like when I started my first consulting business back in 2022, at first, nobody believed I would make it a success, and I didn't believe it either. But I was willing to roll up my sleeves, do the work until I got what I wanted, which was to be successful. And honestly, if nobody believes in you currently, you know what? That's fine, because it's your job to prove to other people that this stuff works. I didn't expect anybody to believe in me until I signed my first clients. And I remember the first day I made a high ticket sale, I ran to my parents and I showed them on my phone like, look, I've made thousands of dollars, and they were super proud of me. But as a business owner, you are automatically put in a position of leadership. So if you cannot believe in your business, in your vision, in your mission, do not expect anyone else to believe in it for you. You have to be the one who shows the way to others. That's how it works. At the end of the day, it's high risk, high reward. You will never make as much money as an employee as if you were a business owner, because the business owner takes on more risk, and so the reward potential, the income potential, is significantly higher. At the end of the day, you cannot expect to have everything and do nothing, because that is being delusional, and people who stay stuck in that kind of delusion, they never become successful. However, the truth is, 99% of people fail in business because they let their doubts, their fears, and their anxieties hold them back. And they lack clarity on what to do because they don't have a proven step-by-step process to follow. And sometimes it's one small mistake that you make that's ruining everything, and fixing that mistake is the big difference between making no money or making a few $1,000s per month with a job you hate to making tens of thousands of dollars per month. But if you try to do it alone, most likely you won't be able to see what that mistake is, because when you're so immersed in what you're doing, you don't have an objective view of the situation. And that's why having a coach, a mentor, is extremely valuable. I didn't see any success online until I started to invest the little money I had into my education and learning from mentors. Initially, I started by helping entrepreneurs to book more meetings for their business. And then I transitioned into helping everyday people to build a profitable consulting from scratch. That way, they could become financially free too and make money from the comfort of their home. So I can't really go too in depth in this video, otherwise it's going to be 3 hours long, believe me. But in order to help you, I've recorded a free video in which I'm going to share with you everything I did step by step to make upwards of $1,000 per day, most of it being profit with my consulting business. And I'm also going to share with you the only 3 things you need to focus on doing if you want to make serious money from the comfort of your home. I will leave the link in the description below. Or you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you to build your business. And you really have to understand that nowadays, jobs are not like the safest possible route, because you could go to university, get massively in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but then you wouldn't necessarily have a guarantee that you're gonna be able to get a job. In fact, at some point I read a study that showed that most people who got a degree, let's say in computer science or engineering, they were working a job in a completely different field, meaning they studied for something, they paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? But their job has nothing to do with their degree. How crazy is that? And nowadays, with the rise of things like artificial intelligence, more and more people are bound to lose their job jobs in the near future. So it's very serious, and you probably think, oh, I won't be affected, but you probably will be. The other day I was speaking with somebody who just lost their job, and they were making very good money. So if your obsession is to become wealthy while you're young in your 20s, your best path is to start a business. Because with a business, your income is not capped. There's no limit to how much money you can generate. Whereas, even with the highest paying jobs in the world, you will still run into limitations very quickly. And first, to be able to get one of these jobs, it's extremely difficult and extremely unlikely. A business offers you more control. And on top of that, you don't have to keep selling your time. And if you truly want to become extremely wealthy, this is crucial because you only have a certain amount of time in a day. You cannot spend 24 hours a day working 365 days a year. So the number one thing you need to learn is that if you want to become wealthier, you cannot keep selling your time. At first you'll have to, but as quickly as possible, you want to instead sell results, sell a dream, sell a transformation, because that is what people buy. People do not buy your time. People want an outcome, a result. But either way, whether you decide to start a business or to work, let's say, as a remote closer or a sales rep or these kinds of jobs that can allow you to make a lot of money while at the same time having geographical freedom, whatever it is that you choose to do, you will need to learn high income skills because that is what gets you paid a lot of money. At the end of the day, the difference between somebody who works at a fast food joint and somebody who's a brain surgeon, the reason why they're paid so differently is because one of them brings a lot more value to society in general than the other, but both solve problems for people. It's just that the surgeon is solving a much more painful problem, and so they command higher prices. But let's say you wanted to become a remote appointment setter, a remote sales rep, that can work, but you have to realize that nowadays, because it's all online, you're no longer competing with the people in the company or in your town. You are competing with the top talents in the whole world. So it is extremely difficult to make a name for yourself. And that's why, once more, I highly suggest that you start your own business if you want to become wealthy. Now look, it's time for you to make a choice. You're free to keep watching YouTube videos, but doing this will not make you more money directly. But if you are part of that minority of ambitious individuals who's committed to building a business so you can become financially free, I invite you to check out the free resources in the description below or to directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can actually help you to build your business. With that said, if you enjoyed this video, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel to empower more people to become financially free. And to thank you, when we get to 100,000 subs, I will be giving away $10,000.